Hi guys, today we have with us students from IBS college. So the main agenda of today's talk is यार मुझे 10 दिन बाकी एग्जाम को भी. So we have 10 days to the exam. So how to prepare for the exam in 10 days? Is it possible? Can I do it or not? और मेरा जो काफ़ी बच्चों का मेन कंसर्न होता है कि यार मैंने NMET का कभी IBSAT का कभी तैयारी नहीं किया. So will you be able to perform? How to do that? And is it something totally different from क्या है क्या नहीं है? And the best part which I found with you people, all of you have got a good placement from IBS. So let's start with that. What is the main factor which you felt which helped you first give the exam and then which gave you the confidence that yeah, if I can do this, I can pass the exam. So who would like to start?
Okay, so I'll start. So hi everyone. Talking about IBSAT particularly, I think that my verbal was strong enough. So we have two sections relating to verbal. We have RC and then we have verbal ability. One of the plus points of IBSAT is that since we have no sectional cutoff, I think that because of one section being good enough as well, I was able to clear it, and that I used to my advantage.
And IBSAT, the best advantage is verbal is 50 marks and RC is 30. So 80 marks is verbal.
Exactly.
So if your verbal is good, you can easily clear the exam because there is no sectional cutoff. And because there is no sectional cutoff, I can easily score. Plus verbal का best part is grammar हो गया, all these topic is a 30-second job. आता नहीं आता.
Right.
So and there is no negative marking also. तो मारो जितना फेंकना फेंको.
Yes.
So IBSATking.com is a site in which all the actual questions are there. So please check it out so that you can feel that यार ये सब हो सकता है. It's possible.
Yes.
And if you have given the other exam, if you have given CAT, NMET, which all of you have taken the exam, so you'll find it very comfortable. Very same thing to do. कुछ अलग नहीं कर रहे हो तुम.
Yes, कुछ out of the box नहीं है. It is prepared simultaneously only. Once you prepare for other exams, तो इसका हो ही जाता है. So that is one of the plus points as well.
Correct.
Hi everyone. I also agree with her because we keep on preparing for other exams and like CAT and NMAT you are preparing. It's like it's in the flow only. IBSAT comes after that exam only. So personally speaking, my strong area was data interpretation. So a plus point for me was that there was no negative marking. So I could only focus on data interpretation and get out of the cutoff, which helped me a lot.
Yeah, DI and Quant. DI is 30 marks. DI itself is 30 marks. DIDS. And Quant is 30 marks. So 60 marks तो आपका ये हो गया. Especially if you're an engineer. So then it will help you कि उसी पे focus करो and you can crack. So you can see here all of them. See, CAT is an exam where I have to be good in everything. Here, even if you're good in half of the paper, like half is maths DI is one side and half is English. So if you're good in any of the area, you can pass the test. You can easily survive the exam. Especially this year CAT paper was nonsensely tough. And so those who are losing hope कि क्या होएगा, ठीक है. And she used the right word कि एक साल अगर बचाना है, so this is the option you have. And when you got jobs, if you can just quickly tell me where you got placement.
Okay. So I've got placed with the Times Group in a media role.
I've got placed in KPMG with consulting. So I am placed with a fintech company and I got a role of a consulting profile.
So I got placed with BlackRock. I have a technical and business role.
And I've talked to them offline. So none of them have scored more than 70% CAT, approximately 70 percentile. But IBSAT or other exams act as a very good chance to make a comeback. So CAT सबका क्या बेकार? So not one of them. All of them have done bad. So it's not their batch. Your batch also have done the performance have gone down in the CAT exam. So next 10 days we have. If you can just go through critical reasoning, RC, if you have maths ka basics, DI, I think you can pass the exam easily. So how would you like to comment about the maths section? Was it very tough or was it a one-liner question, two-line questions?
No sir, it was like easy to moderate questions, and if you have prepared well for CAT, like if you have given 100% back then when you were giving CAT exam, you will be able to crack it easily. And also being an engineer student, I got an advantage of mathematics. So yeah, I was able to crack
engineer
it.
को advantage होता नहीं है. The problem is non-engineers say tell us so many times कि तुम engineer हो, तुम्हें maths का advantage, so we start feeling that. Do you feel that?
Maybe.
हाँ, अरे अच्छा का लोग बोल रहे हैं तो कुछ तो हमारे में होगा मैथ्स में अच्छा. That's one.
Yeah, it's just that we have been so indulged in maths from 12th, like 10th, 11th, 12th, and then first year engineering, and then second year engineering. So yeah, we have that capacity to like bear with maths. So yeah, it got an advantage little bit.
Right. So whatever the strong area, focus on that obviously, because we have to attempt more in that area. But whatever the weak area, rather than just ignoring that, हमें थोड़ा बहुत तो we have to study in that. थोड़ा बहुत तो we can do. So let's talk about DI. What is your take on DI?
So the thing with me was I had lot of practice in DI. I had an upper advantage on DI because I could understand the questions quickly. Being so the exam was of 2 hours. So being I only focused on DI, so I solved all the questions of DI where I got an advantage because I was little weak in verbal. So my point was that I had solved a lot of past papers of different exams, so which helped me a lot to understanding the pattern or the types of questions.
So my the advantage that I had with IBSAT was VA and RC. I've always been good with verbal and everything, so I focused on verbal because this carries the most weightage in the whole process. So I more focused on verbal ability because my DI is a little, not very up to the mark. So I focused on VA and RC mostly.
Correct. So now I want to take it other way around. So you are good in verbal. Both in fact are good in verbal. So what you did in DIL and quant, तो अगर मेरे पास 10 दिन बाकी है, because I can't leave the paper blank, I have to do something, because no negative marking मारो select मारने. So this is where I call the G strategy कि गरीब बच्चा जिसको मैथ्स नहीं आता तो तुम ऑप्शन यूज़ करो, तुक्के मारो, शॉर्टकट्स लगाओ, कुछ तो करो. So as a weak area, what you did or what you recommend to do in your weaker section, and same I'll ask you for verbal.
So for starters, I feel we should watch a few videos on YouTube also. You have your channel and I used to watch your videos. I started with the basic sets so that I have a better understanding of what is DI is. Then I used to solve one-on-one questions, and then options were the easiest way to select a easy right answer. So I did that for my DI, and other than that I was more focusing on more on verbal
80 marks
ability.
is maths, 80
Yeah.
marks is verbal, and then 30 marks
30 marks is DI,
So
yeah.
covers everything.
Yeah. So even you are giving correct answer for 1 or 2 sets, I think you're good to go. So that is one thing. So I think that if someone's maths or cons or DI is not particularly good, ऐसा तो नहीं होगा कि कुछ भी नहीं आ रहा है. There's something, कोई एक topic that they know. So I think they should brush up on that. And apart from that, the strategy we can use is of elimination rather than selection. अगर पता नहीं है तो we can try eliminating. That is easier. And one advantage, as we spoke of earlier, is that there's no negative marking. तो अगर थोड़ा भी hint आ रहा है, ऐसा लग रहा है, no, this could be, so we could just go ahead and try. You don't know, it could work in your favor.
Correct. And you can still apply for that. 16th is the last day to apply for the IBSAT exam. So this is a good exam you can target along with the, if you've not done well in the CAT exam, if you're not that confident about CET, CMAT कि कब होगा क्या होगा. In fact अभी तो बात हो रही है कि शायद CMAT हो भी ना. तो rather than waiting for something which will happen, might not happen, it's better to keep everything in hand. So we can choose well. So about verbal, what you did for verbal? Engineers ने verbal में क्या किया यार, ये तो मेरे को भी doubt है, क्या करें?
It's just that we don't know anything about verbal. ऐसा तो नहीं है. Like बचपन से English पढ़ते आ रहे हैं, तो our basic grammar is and vocabulary is still like okay.
यार आपका था ना, I am from अमृतसर. हमारे को अमेरिका दिखता है, बस अमेरिका लगा कुछ हमने देखा ही नहीं है लाइफ में.
No, and as she mentioned that there is no negative marking, so yeah, you can try. At least you give your 100%, like what could be the best possible answer for this, because when you read the question you get the idea कि what could be, like if there is a sentence completion you can just put all the options in there, like option put करके answer निकालने वाला method, वो भी एक अच्छी strategy है. And talking about the RC, you really need to like read. If you are not a reader, like I am not into reading, so yeah, I have to like read newspapers, I have to start reading some books to get the gist of like how to focus while reading. So yeah, I did that. A little bit मेहनत तो करनी पड़ती है.
तो obviously करना ही पड़ेगा.
Yeah.
And there no sectional cutoff, so obviously we can overall survive the paper. So now we have got 140 question in 120 minutes. What could be your strategy? For example, my strategy would be the put your best foot forward. पहले जो आपका verbal है, because if I am weak in maths and if I start with maths, my confidence level will go down immediately. So I would rather start with verbal RC. पहले वो section कर लो अपने जो तुम्हारा strong area है, and then you go to other area. And there is no sectional timing as well, so you can switch between the sections anytime. तो पहले अपना strong area कर लो, then you come back to this thing, other areas which you can solve. So that will be my advice. So you have anything in mind what you did on the exam day? Any of you?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Focus on your strongest area so that you know कि at least इतना secure कर लिया है. Then you can go ahead and try. जितना मिले उतना अच्छा ही है. But focus on your strong area and then go ahead with the others.
Correct. पेपर तुम खत्म नहीं करने वाले वैसे, because there not enough time to complete the paper. So option mark करके whatever करके you can in 120 I think you can attempt ideally 90 question. 80-90 अच्छे से हो पाएगा. लास्ट का 30 क्वेश्चन 40 क्वेश्चन तुक्का मारना ही पड़ेगा. फाइन. तो तुक्का वहाँ मारो जो तुम्हारा वीक एरिया है. Fine. So that would be I think the best strategy which we can follow. Great. So anyone like to add something? Last note.
Yeah, it's just one thing. This is one of the best opportunities you'll get to not waste a year. Seriously, do focus on IBSAT and clear it amazingly.
We have only one point. इस साल बचाओ. इसका main वही है कि it's a good point. It's very easy to say let's go for the exam अगले साल. Being a coaching वाला, I love to say that. अरे अच्छा स्कोर है कोई बात नहीं, we'll do one year. But you have to understand the student point of view. Again the trauma of giving CAT next year, 1 year wait, and then parents का वो, then job नहीं है, घर बैठे हो, all these things add to the chaos. And if you have 200 सब साथ में अगर तैयारी कर रहे थे, and if they could crack and you could not crack, that is the most important factor which will affect your performance as well.
Yes.
So great. So thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.